6 foods that might cause arthritis and cancer. You might be wondering how we can lump together foods that cause cancer and foods that cause arthritis, but the truth is that growing evidence shows a strong link between the two diseases. The common thread is chronic inflammation, and there are certain types of foods that fuel it. Arthritis, of course, is a condition that causes chronic inflammation in the joints. Multiple studies have shown that people with rheumatoid arthritis are twice as likely to develop lymphoma than people without it. Researchers think that balance of bacteria in the gut, which is directly affected by diet, is a factor in the development of arthritis. Then the chronic inflammation and lower activity level associated with arthritis weakens the immune system and can lead to the development of cancer. Of course, arthritis is not a necessary step on the way to cancer, and diet is a major factor in the incidence of this disease as well. So while it is an important link to consider, remember that avoiding the following types of foods is important for overall health. Chronic inflammation is actually linked to virtually every disease known to man. 1. Processed meat. Processed meats like bacon, hot dogs, and lunch meat offer a double punch of disease risk. The saturated fat tends to cause inflammation, while the preservative nitrates and nitrites are directly linked to cancer. High cooking temperatures associated with these meats also create byproducts that can result in swollen and painful joints, and when you get those tasty char marks on food, a carcinogenic chemical called acrylamide develops. Some studies indicate that regularly consuming charred meat can increase your risk of pancreatic cancer by a gut-churning 60%. 2. Refined carbs. Refined grains represent totally empty calories as they have been processed so heavily that all of the original health value in the whole grain is gone. Foods like flour tortillas, white bread, and baked goods deliver a shot of refined carbs to your system that spikes your blood sugar and inflammation at the same time. Spiking blood sugar increases the level of inflammatory cytokines in your bloodstream, exacerbating arthritis pain. And sugar is easily cancer's favorite fuel, making it easier for the disease to spread. Switching to whole grain bread, cereal, rice, and pasta will make a huge difference in the health of your gut biome. 3. Hydrogenated oils. In another strike against commercial baked goods, the presence of hydrogenated oil has been found to increase the risk of both cancer and arthritis. The reason is a hefty dose of omega-6 fatty acid. While we do need some omega-6 in our diet, the goal is to properly balance the level of omega-3 to omega-6. We require way less omega-6 than omega-3 to achieve this balance, but often get more of it. Almost all processed foods contain at least a little bit of hydrogenated oil, with the worst offenders being crackers, cookies, breads, and cakes. You can avoid hydrogenated oil by home cooking with olive, soy, or canola oil, or else simply avoiding most of these products. 4. Salt. Salt is an important nutrient that we can't avoid altogether and stay healthy. It works in partnership with potassium to regulate blood pressure and kidney function. However, our Western diets contain way too much salt because it is packed into processed foods at an extremely high level. Food manufacturers rely on salt because it is a natural flavor enhancer that makes us crave their products. Even sweet foods contain a lot of salt. But overconsumption of salt has been found to raise your blood pressure and increase the risk of stomach cancer. Not surprisingly, salt can also inflame the joints. You can reduce the amount of salt you eat by cooking at home from fresh ingredients. You will be surprised by how little it actually takes to improve the taste of food. 5. Added sugars. Science now understands that added sugar is public enemy number 1 when it comes to human health. As a source of ready energy, we crave sugar naturally. But the levels at which it is poured into our food supply now are outrageously high. Eating too much sugar causes advanced glycation end products, AGEs, to spike in the bloodstream. This occurs when sugar interacts with protein or fat in the body. AGEs are tied to both arthritis and cancer, but also accelerated aging, diabetes, and heart disease. Too much added sugar also raises the level of the body's inflammatory messengers, called cytokines. We do need to eat a certain amount of sugar each day, but just one soda contains more than the daily recommended amount. It's best to satisfy your sweet tooth with fruit because the sugar is delivered along with other nutrients and fiber to regulate the rate at which the sugar hits your bloodstream. 6. Dairy products. And finally, dairy products are a type of food that may or may not increase your risk of arthritis and cancer. It depends a lot on your individual physiology. Milk, along with other foods made from milk, contains a certain type of protein that may irritate the joints. However, it doesn't affect everyone the same way. Dairy is also linked to an increase in prostate cancer but a decrease in colorectal cancer. And dairy products do offer significant health benefits because they contain protein and calcium. In the end, you may want to moderate your intake of dairy but not eliminate it altogether, unless you find that it makes you feel uncomfortable. Conclusion. We are only beginning to understand the link between arthritis and cancer as it pertains to our diets. But we all know that eating well is the key to a healthy life. Avoiding these 7 types of food can lower your risk of developing many types of disease. Thankfully, it doesn't mean that you can never indulge in the delicious things you crave. The best way to cut out the excess is to cook home versions of your favorite foods. One further strategy for extending the protective benefits of a healthy diet is to eat more oligofructose. This is a compound that is actually not directly digestible by humans but that feeds the good bacteria in your gut. When your gut biome is healthy, it translates to better overall health and protection against disease. Find oligofructose naturally in garlic, onions, whole wheat, and bananas, or purchase a supplement if you prefer. Thank you for watching this video. If you feel valuable and meaningful to you, don't forget to give me a like and share button so that others will receive the same value as you. Please comment down below if you have any questions. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Make sure you press the subscribe button below and click on the notification tone to get the earliest notification every time I release a video.